Welcome in. We are going to deep dive and dissect. This is a masculine reading. I am solely targeting masculine, whether you are a female or a male, whether you are feminine or masculine. This is targeting your masculine energy. And the most dominant message I got is, how do you nurture those around you unconditionally? That means, how do you nurture without expectations? Where do you give aimlessly, unconsciously? What do you put out into your family, your friends, your community, your coworkers, the people at your grocery store? How do you connect with all of these people? That's the first step of a king. The first step of a king is to really heal separation. Go within. I navigate through the eyes of my soul. I go into a grocery store. I'm not looking at Bob next to me to see what Bob's doing. I'm not wondering where I should walk or where I shouldn't walk. I'm not thinking I'm in the way. I am owning my position. And for me, that's like my masculine energy. The masculine makes space for his queen. She goes first. The queen goes first. And so he hones and harnesses the auric energy, the quantum field, and creates this container where she feels safe. But he can't do that when he's comparing and looking outside of himself for the answers. No queen wants a king that cannot make a decision or harness his own masculine energy. And so we are harnessing your masculine energy. Wherever you are, we want to know, where do you want to be? You're at this lower frequency, and so we want to know, where do you want to be? Because this healing of separation is the separation between where you are and who you want to become. And in order to become the who you want to become, you got to write that down. You got to create that identity. I am a man of my word. I show up. I'm attentive. I nurture my family. I'm the first one there when my family needs something, right? There's always that one masculine in the family, or maybe there are several. If there are several, whatever mother raised you, I freaking love you. I love your mother. But we want to step fully into our masculine energy. And again, feminine, this is actually important that you harness this so that you are attracting conscious, non-toxic, lack and distorted masculines. We want a whole freaking masculine. We want them to be in alignment with their soul. I want my masculine to be a leader. So we're just looking a little bit deeper today to find out where you are. Right now, you're alchemizing that healing separation. So Spirit is asking you to go within. Really observe your masculine. How does your masculine take care of the people in your life? That's how you're going to know. That's how you'll know what kind of man you are, what kind of masculine you are. It's how you take care of your family. It's how you communicate with a stranger. It's how much you care for no reason. And we can definitely say that about the feminine, but the feminine is naturally in that embodiment, really. Feminines are like, they want to please the entire universe, but they need a masculine to contain that essence as well and devote themselves to God, to their creator. A man should always keep his eye on his creator, whatever that is. If a man doesn't have a creator, if you haven't harnessed and honed into what value your system is, then you're still just lost. And frenzying, and if you get into a relationship, you will attract your partner's inner masculine, and then there will be conflict because you're trying to be the masculine, but she's overriding your masculine, which is emasculating you. So we want to make sure that you're fully, wholeheartedly in your masculine. We're not looking to our feminine for decisions and how to make choices. Can you brainstorm? Yes. When you're doing something together, do you come to a conclusion together in a partnership? Yes. But everything else should be highly intelligent, highly emotional movement, highly intentional, and with the higher purpose in mind. Fear of being alone is surfacing to help you heal abandonment wounds from multiple lifetimes. So you might be a masculine that's feeling lonely, right? You might be feeling like you're not seen, you're not heard. And it's okay to drop down into those wounds. We want to expose those so that you can work through them. But we're not victimizing them. We're saying, wow, that's an interesting thought. That's an emotion I should definitely sit with, right? We're not looking for a feminine or a partner to suppress it for us and hold the burden for us. We are going into our isolation and we are confronting this version of ourselves. The goal of your twin flame journey is to teach you that nothing is separate from you. Physical separation of anything or anyone is an illusion. You will find what you desire when you look within. This card serves as a reminder of your ability to tune into your greatest potential. Your soul is aligning with your heart's desires. This is where you discover your highest good, which includes your perfect life partner, right? Like when you get that vibration high, then you're finding the right feminine. Whether it's feminine or masculine, it doesn't matter, but you're going to, right? If you are a predominant masculine, you want to attract a predominant feminine, regardless of the gender, right? If you are experiencing silence from your other half, use this opportunity to reconnect to a deeper version of yourself, right? Now, that silence is orchestrated, whether you like it or not. When the separation happens, it's because there's a need for it. What do we do, though? We cling to it. We beg for it to come back. And so we miss the opportunity to be in a sovereign state. So you want to go into that isolation. You want to harness that energy. Whether you sense they're present or not, you are always bound to your twin flame, and you will find them within yourself. That's right. Detach from the idea that you cannot experience divine love without them. Find forgiveness for the pain they have caused you and trust that the process will lead you to true love for your authentic self. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So we're gonna look a little deeper here. This is the sacred circle, right? And so that's what the king does, is he creates the kingdom. He sources his tribe. He knows who to call in. He knows who's going to serve the best for him, right? That's what the king is. The king is creating their kingdom. They know who they want to let in, and you listen to your instincts. Listen to your intuition. The second a king questions himself, it's a whole hell no. Hell no. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Wands here. This is my masculine deck. So you've got a lot of energy right now coming in, and this is in reversed. So you are definitely in resistance. And when you are in resistance, that means you may be experiencing conflict, anxiety, struggle, nervous system overload, So you know what we're going to do right now? Just for you, we're turning that around. We are targeting that energy, clearing out what no longer is serving you in this moment, right here, right now, in real time. Okay? That's the shift. It's all about mindset. It's about self-regulating. The man regulates the whole house. And then the feminine just feels regulated. She feels safe, right? We all think it's the feminine in the household. The only way the feminine regulates the household is if the man or the masculine in the household is low frequency. If the feminine is having to regulate, the feminine is creative expression, lack of structure, right? That's why when a feminine is regulating the household, she's scattered, chaotic, temperamental, moody, because that's not her job. It isn't. We do have jobs. The feminine is full expression. So the masculine is actively regulating the energy. And that is wonderful. That's a beautiful thing. It's nice when we all know what part we play, right? We have these little tiny lives, right? And we want to be everything. The President of the United States, the dancer, the rap artist, the mom, the dad, the son, the daughter, right? We have all of these archetypical things that boundless, limitless potential. And we spend so much time in a scattered place because nobody's doing their job. So masculine is a regulator. Man, when a powerful masculine walks into a restaurant, watch that restaurant. Everybody notices. Everybody notices. The whole restaurant regulates. People start sitting up straight. They notice because it's medicinal. It's auric. It's big, huge, magnetic. So we are turning that around. You're going to harness the action that's coming in. I'd like to look to see if there's any Mother Earth. Feel loved and comforted. So your spirit guides are letting you know you are nurtured, you are taken care of. And when you feel that nurturing and you feel the care, you'll start attracting feminine energy that just naturally wants to take care of you. Naturally, like they all want to just suddenly, all the feminine energy is surrounding you. They're circling you, trying to figure out how to get to you. Okay, I'm going to take a look at here. So we've got action in the Eight of Wands. This is kind of a new deck. It's very masculine. It is definitely difficult to find some masculine decks out there. I do have another one from the Gods and Titans, which I'm going to pull one before we get off this. Before we leave this reading. Okay, so this is Wands. This is fire. Fire. Fire energy. Behold. Okay, this is the end of a period of inactivity. Dun, dun, dun. Did you hear that? That's funny. And a time to be up and doing things. You will be able to make smooth and rapid progress. A message or letter may arrive that calls for a quick response, perhaps necessitating a journey. When this is in reversed, you have done something very foolish on impulse that will have consequences. If you have plans to travel, be prepared for unexpected delays and cancellations. Okay, so in a nutshell, the energy, like I said, if the energy is in reverse, you're experiencing conflict, stress, right? Because this is dynamic, strong. The energy comes in for a very short amount of time to clear out and burn away anything that's not serving you. And so if there's any false structures, those are going to be eliminated. Those are going to fall to the wayside. Okay. So remember that your creator's on your side right now. Your creator's asking you to trust this process. Trust it. Show up for it. Show up for it. Okay. So we were talking about, I like to say the alter ego potentially, but the identity that you want to create. So who do you want to be? Rather than the distortion of, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. We don't know who you are. You don't know. You don't know who you are. Nobody knows who anybody is. Today I am the Empress. I pulled the Empress card for myself, right? So I don't know. Tomorrow I might be the Queen. And the next day maybe the Maiden. I don't know. We don't know. But what I do know is I have a value system that I stick to regardless of who I think I am for that day. And so anyway, this is the Gods and Titans. And just a little tidbit about me. I have 4 boys and they're all adults, young adults. And when I raised my boys, I just imagined I was raising kings. Therefore, I was not making their decisions for them. I was not having choices. I wasn't intruding in their independence and their sovereignty. I was not emasculating them. I knew that a king has to cultivate his devotion to his creator. And oftentimes a mother can get in the way. So you might have there might be something there. If you'd like to work with me, my link is in my bio. Doing one shadow session where we clear out mother wounds or father wounds or even just wounds, right? Identifying the wounds. As soon as you see them, they dissolve. Say goodbye. Okay. Take a deep breath. This card is going to represent the vibrational frequency and the identity that you are targeting at this time and space. How interesting. I got Hypnos, sleep. And earlier, I got hypnotic language. I went and got these cards off of my shelf, and I was like, who wants to be a hypnotist? Are you a hypnotist? Leave it in the comments if you are. I'd love to know. But this says, will you begin to relax immediately, or will your body take its time to find inner peace settling in? Will you go into a deep trance now and learn, or will your mind slip into multiple mini trances during the course of the days to come? To do that, will you enjoy that trance now or feel deep comfort later? Okay. So anyway, that's just so interesting. And then we've got Hypnos. And it says sleep. No idea. I don't know Hypnos. It's funny, I've never seen Hypnos. This is definitely a new energy. Who are you, Hypnos? It's like the unconscious part of you that you can't see. Being aware and spiritually awake is vital to developing our highest potential. Allowing full rest is vital to self-care. Nailed it, right? So your higher self is just literally sitting next to you and asking you to take a break, pull back, stop clawing at the door and just drop in. Just do it. Just do it. Hypnos, the Greek god of sleep, was born from night, which is Nyx, N-Y-X. The Dark Mother, the Dark Mother. Okay, we were just talking about mother wounds, so maybe do a mother wounds session. Artists often picture him hand in hand with his twin brother, Thanatos, death. Often the brothers shadow each other in their work. Hypnos is generally seen as a benevolent and relief-inducing deity and is honored for his place in well-being and health. Hera once bribed him to practice his arts on Zeus so she could torment the hero Hercules. But this was about as rebellious as Hypnos gets. Interesting. Our world is busier than ever, and sometimes getting a decent night's sleep can be difficult. You can always call upon Hypnos to assist you in the times where stress, study, worry, or insomnia has robbed you of your depth of your sleep. See that? So in our modern lives, there's another time that Hypnos favor should be courted in anesthesia. Ooh, maybe you're an anesthesiologist. Anesthesiologist. If you are undergoing an operation, why not give a little liberation to Hypnos prior to the procedure, as it is Hypnos who will be guiding the hand of your anesthesiologist as he or she artfully sends you into a painless sleep. Also, again, there's a nice little message. If you are going into surgery or you're having something done, Hypnos will be there and supporting you. And we want to make sure we're getting a good night's sleep before we move into that healing process. So the shadow side. If Hypnos isn't granting you his gift of rest and uninterrupted sleep, it will have substantial effects on your body and mind. Those who can't sleep experience negative effects relating not only to mental ability, but also to metabolism, weight, concentration, decision-making, and vision. Everything that we have discussed that's on the table right now, right here, right? On the other hand, if you are sleeping too much, disconnecting from the world by slipping away with Hypnos, you may well be depressed or lacking in energy, both situations in which you should reach out for help. You also want to be sure you aren't sleeping through things that may be important. We all enjoy sleeping and catching up on sleep at times, but we don't want to let it cause us to miss out on things happening in the waking world, right? This is your life. You want to get out there and be dirty. There's no perfection in the way of life. You are just perfect. Does that make sense? Like, you want to get dirty. You want to expose your wounds. I tell you what, everybody that you expose your wounds to are potentially people that aren't going to be there on the other side. And if you never expose your wounds, you're just hanging out with the people that are never going to be there when you get on the other side. So exposing your wounds is vital to attracting people that make a difference in your life, that inspire you, encourage you, elevate you, amplify you. So the symbols here are feathers on head and shoulders, poppy inverted torch, branch dripping with water. I love the birds. I wonder if let me know if you guys can hear those birds. Let me know. Okay, I am going to look at your inner child, and then we will move on. Nice. 5 of Swords. So I love these cards. The 5 of Swords. This is your inner child. Picking up all the swords, saying his goodbyes, moving on. This is 5, so intensity, really doing what he's doing because he knows it's just time, and feeling lost and sort of empty for just a minute. And that's okay. That is okay. And your most predominant emotion, victim. So we're moving out of that, aren't we? You are cared for, nurtured, loved, all the things. All the things. Release the root. You cannot fully heal what you're afraid to name. Trace the pain to its root and gently pull it loose. from your field. Again, a shadow work session, whether you do the cards yourself, really want to deep dive into that shadow to find out to break that code. It's a code. It's a code. Sometimes I spend 10 hours, not anymore. I've been on this journey for 18, 19 years now, but yeah, I would spend 10 hours just pulling card after card after card, just getting information. What I did in 10 hours, takes some people 10 years. So getting a shadow work session will liberate and free your soul in a tiny, tiny amount of time, getting you out of the old timeline and into the new timeline. You're ready to harness this masculine inside of you and step up and harness your life, your energy. If this resonated, please like, subscribe, definitely subscribe, and share this with a friend if you find that this will benefit somebody else. But teamwork makes the dream work, and we're all in this together. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bobby, and I am honored to be here. I love you so much.